And now I wonder.
What's up, guys? It's Alexander Bunkley here. So, I'm just realizing now that the first video I posted, I didn't explain who I was or anything. So, I started that video about 3 years ago. When I was sitting in my car, I started feeling really subconscious about what other people were thinking of me. Maybe everything that I thought to believe that was real to me was not achievable, and I was crazy. But as I started watching YouTube more and more, I started realizing that there is people out there that are like-minded, and there's actually books that I've read where I could be reading 10 pages of the book and I am already putting in what the author is going to say. It's honestly crazy, and I'm really passionate about this. I'm going to pursue this financial future. That's really what I'm going at here. That's the idea behind this channel. In other words, Albert Einstein once said, if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. So what that means to me is, growing up as a kid, I was always judged in school about not excelling like my other classmates. So I had a specific focus when I was a child, growing up as a kid. In English class, I would have little scribble notebooks of my finances, of how much money I was making that day. My freshman year, I would go to school with a duffel bag full of candy and sell it for $1 a pop that I'd buy at Costco. I even got kids to start selling candy for me. So I would give them 20 candy bars and I would just ask for like 15 back. So they'd keep 5 for the day. And you know, as a freshman in high school, you go home with $5, or you just have $5 more for, you know, your lunch and everything. I was just talking about this with a buddy. There was a teacher, the only teacher that ever caught me. I kept this super down low. The only teacher that ever caught me was my science teacher. And how I got away with it is I bribed her with candy. So at 14 years old, I believe I was 14. I don't, maybe 13. I had already understood the power of buying something for cheaper than you could sell it for, which was my cost of candy bar was like 22 cents. And I was selling each one for $1. And sometimes I'd throw in deals, like maybe if you buy 2 candy bars, you know, I'll throw you one for free if you're a constant buyer or something. So I started understanding the art of the deal really young. And then around the same time, I started working at a car wash, and I would just drive to the mall or have my mom drop me off at the mall because I wasn't able to drive at that time. And I would work for this guy that would pay me $5 an hour. Like, I'm not even kidding you. He broke it down to me just like this. So sorry, I'm adjusting real quick. He was like, listen, I'm going to pay you $5 an hour, because if I paid you with taxes, you'd make $4.50 an hour. And I thought about it as a kid, and he was a big black guy. So he was super intimidated. This time I'm only like 5'8". I'm 6'3" now, in case anyone was wondering. This guy said, listen, he broke down the taxes to me. And at that time I was like, taxes, all these things. I'm not really understanding this. So that was a really cool learning experience. And then I was able to move in with my grandma. So I lived with my stepdad's mom. So my grandma, Jamie, and she had like her own little cleaning service. So I started working with her. And as a kid, I was getting $20 an hour. Like, holy shit, right? I was 15 years old. And I was able to help that expand and to go into another place so she could clean 2 places instead of just one. And they were office-sized buildings, so they were pretty big. I would hire my friends, right? And we would pay them $10 an hour. So me and my grandma both got 20, and they got 10. We got $50 an hour. So this has really been my whole life. I have just been a plotter, a schemer, is what my brother to call me. He likes to call me a schemer because I'm always on this new different scheme. So I would pay my friends $10 an hour, and we would go knock it out on like a Saturday. I'd go home with 200, sometimes 240, 260, depending on how long we'd stay there. And I had all that money as a kid. So throughout my years of high school, I saved up a ton of money, right? Like, I was one of the guys that was a mattress man. So I'll explain mattress man a few times throughout these videos. A mattress man to me is somebody that's scared to invest. They're scared to risk. They're just scared to risk their money, but they're not realizing that over a span of time, inflation is hurting their dollar amount so bad, sitting in the bank, getting paid nothing. Or a traditional bank. There's online banks now that you can use that are like 2.5%, crazy numbers, right? I'm talking about a 0.15 bank return, which is typically what most traditional banks are. Mattress men. They stuff money on their mattress because they're scared to invest it, right? That's all. Before I get super elaborate on that. I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi. I was born there, lived there for 2 years, moved to Vegas. I bounced around the Vegas area for a little bit, then moved to Henderson. And then after Henderson, I went off on my way into the wild blue yonder. After tech school, found out I got orders to good old Minot, North Dakota. En route, had a great time, great road trip up here. And it wasn't so good starting off here. I actually got in a little bit of trouble. It was a hiccup I had in life. I pushed on, and now I'm here. Now I'm here where I am today. I'll break down that time frame a little bit more and I guess what I've done since I've been here, because obviously, like I stated earlier in my videos, I bought some properties here. And my goal behind this, since I'm active duty, I used my VA loan for my first place. My second place, I was actually able to talk to a partner, and we were able to get the property together under his VA loan. And we signed a mutual agreement. What's up, Jason?
Can you use a lighter?
That's not mine.
You want one?
No, I don't need it.
I don't need it either.
I'm just recording some videos right now for YouTube.
Oh, really? What
Yeah.
do you do for YouTube?
What?
What do you do for YouTube?
I'm doing a financial channel. You want to say what's up or no? I won't put you in the video if you don't want me to, but
No, that's cool.
what's up, man?
What's going on?
All right, so
I'll you back for that then. That's
okay, cool.
though.
Thanks, Jason.
Finance. I need a finance person.
Awesome. Thanks, man. That's actually one of my tenants. And it's crazy because these people are awesome. Like, I live in one of these units. I rent out the other 3. My partner's mom lives in one unit. I live in one. The roommates across from me, they're awesome. They're around my age. We hang out every once in a while. And Jason, the guy that you guys just met, he's a really interesting fellow. He's actually a veteran as well. So, VA loan, 0 down. You could buy a house at 18, 19, 20 years old for 0 down. Do you not realize that your friends would have to have 20% down payment on a $200,000 house? That's 40 grand. If you're 18, 19, 20, unless you know the silver spoon parents that their parents are millionaires already, right? Unfortunately for the rest of us, it's not like that. Put that into perspective, guys. That's $833 a month saved for 4 years. So imagine you had to save $833 for 4 years just to buy a house. That is where your friends are at that do not have the VA loan, that you're not taking advantage of. The military is going to pay for your housing allowance once you move out of the dorms, right? So when you move out of the dorms, you buy your own house and you pay principal payments towards your house the first year that you live in it. And this is going to pay down your principal so much so that you don't have to pay for this loan for 30 years. And my goal and what I want to do is buy properties in every single duty location that I go to. Simple enough, right? And when I leave these duty locations, I hire a professional property manager, which every duty station has. And I want to allow people to continue to pay for my retirement, even from now until I'm retired. And they're going to pay for my son's retirement. Now, let's not get too deep into that, because I have a completely different mindset for what to do with a child that is growing up with money. And that's where I will be getting at over the next few years. I'm not going to flaunt. I'm not going to brag about what I have now. I'm just opening up people's minds to it. So listen, guys, to conclude here, what I'll be going over on this channel for videos to come, something for you to get excited about, right? Other than a Monday. So I'll be going over real estate investing. I will be going over flipping things online. I actually have things for sale online. I have a Depop shop. I do eBay. I do buy and sell groups. Facebook Marketplace is great. Just pretty much selling anything that I know I can get for cheaper than what I could sell it for. And I'll also be going over a little bit of stocks, not too much, mainly just dividend investing. It's my favorite form of investing for the stock market. I'll go over it more in more videos. I'm also going to talk about a little bit of other side hustles that you can do, such as Lyft, Uber, Acorns. Talk about starting a Robinhood account. I'm going to also be talking about starting savings accounts online that are higher than your traditional bank, since I covered that earlier in this video. I have tons of ideas for content here, guys. I'm going to keep on trying to pump them out as much as I can because I don't have any friends. I honestly just want to focus on myself right now and start building this empire that I've been talking to everyone about for years. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, hit the bell, and start watching these amazing videos with myself. Alexander Bunkley with Alexander Bunkley. Alexander Bunkley with Alexander Bunkley. I actually got the good old Scion back. I left her at Arnie's, unfortunately, the bar downtown. But I was being a responsible driver, had a few drinks, so got my baby back. And just to clear something up for you guys real quick, that last video when I had my shirt off and I was flexing, that's a personal thing for me. I want to see the day I started YouTube. I'm actually planning on getting in some really good shape here over the next few months. I have a pretty solid plan. I'm going to execute it. I'm going to get in really good shape, and I'm going to look back at that video months from now and be like, wow, what was I doing? You know, like, what were you doing, kid? So if that offended anyone, or if anyone's like, oh, dude, this guy doesn't even work out, that's it. I know I'm super out of shape right now, but I'm going to get there.